Hey, Nick.
Hey, Chase.
It's that time again.
What time is it?
Time for Fuck This Place!
I feel like that horn was always kind of whiny too, right?
Yes, yeah, it's always a little
crooked. Like, yeah.
We're big fans of the 1800s on this podcast. I do think that era gets brought up. I feels like somewhat frequently in the last few, not episodes.
I'll slide it in anywhere I can, anywhere I can and stuff.
Fuck this history. I like it. I'm in.
I don't want to get too far into this, but I pitched a show to audible.com years ago, and it was just called Haters in History, where it was just about a guy who would talk shit to great people in history right before the moment of their greatness happened.
Can't believe they turned it down.
They turned me down hard. It was but it was like the guy's like talking shit to Ben Franklin for flying a kite in the rain. Like, how stupid he is for doing that, and just stuff like that. And then when I pitched it to him, their response was like, well, we're not really looking for anything that makes fun of historical figures. And I was like, then you're not going to like this show.
Really that specific.
I think I will say that, again, I'm no exec at Audible or anything, but like I would think that the demographic of people who are subscribing to audio or Audible love history.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's their main demographic. Yeah.
Correct. And do not like being shit talked.
Yeah.
They do not like even Thomas Jefferson, who sucks. They still don't want to see him get shit talked for some reason. They want to see him get shit talked in the present.
Yeah. It was like weird because I was like, I did all the research. They were like 5-6 minute episodes, and it was me and Trevor Smith and our other friend Jake Shelton, and we just did all the research, made sure all our facts were right. The hater always lost, like he always died or something at the end of the episode, and so, but they were still just like not for it because it was like like shit. Like I had a joke where the guy is making fun of Ben Franklin for wanting to go to war when he's like, you're gonna fight the war with those belt buckle shoes, like stuff like that, where it's just like, just like harmless shit talk. But
wow, totally innocuous, and they just
this is kind of funny, and we are gonna start the podcast, but this is kind of funny because years ago I remember Nick texted me a question that seemed strange at the time, and it was like, hey, do you have any impressions? And I was like, I could do like maybe Matthew McConaughey. He's like, what about Paul Revere? And I was like,
are you fucking kidding me?
And I was like, I'm sure I could do Paul Revere, but I don't know what he sounds like. I don't think anybody knows what Paul Revere sounds like.
No, there was the audio recording wasn't until those 1800s.
That's me as a casting director. Like, how's your Paul Revere?
That's a good curveball. Yeah, get them thinking on their toes.
So, ma'am, let me hear your Betsy Ross impression.
No, you gotta dig deep for those.
Let me hear Betsy Ross out of sewing needles. Go. Okay, all right. We're gonna introduce the podcast. Welcome to Fuck This Place, not Fuck This History. Fuck This Place, a podcast about jobs with Chase and Nick. My name is Chase.
My name is Nick, and with us today, fantastic guest, one of my oldest friends, a fellow Stocktonian, all-around creator. I feel like since the inception of our friendship, you've been an animator. You were like one of the first podcasters I knew, a writer. You do it all. So we're gonna get into all that in a little bit. But here with us today, Mr. Mitch Higgins. How you doing, Mitch?
I'm fucking fantastic. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're glad to have you.
No, I appreciate that little intro. Yeah, I've been messing with it all, man. Once you hop on the podcast, I'm all for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're popping. On this podcast,
we are living. Opening talking about like our hangovers. We are living.
Oh yeah, because we're so fucking old. I just had my birthday a week ago, guys.
Happy belated.
Yeah. So I'm especially super old now.
I find birthdays quite challenging. Although I feel like I've gotten better about them as I've gotten older. You know what I mean? Because I feel like once you cross the especially the 30 threshold, it's like, it's all right, man. You're going to be all right. Nobody cares really anymore too. So like, we're cool, Yeah,
exactly.
There's no way to have a birthday in your 30s though that doesn't feel at least a little embarrassing, a little humiliating somehow, because it's like, I always feel like if I don't celebrate my birthday, then everyone's thinking I'm like being a curmudge. But it's like if I really want to celebrate, I feel like everyone's thinking like, who the fuck's this guy think he is? He's fucking 35.
No, it's a lose-lose. Lose-lose. I'm having a bounce house for my 40th. I don't know about you guys.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm going hard.
You get in a bounce house and everybody is walking out with a chronic injury.
Yes. No, there's gonna be a lot of back injuries.
A lot of fib breaks. You know.
I feel like just even walking in a bounce house at 40, you're gonna like slip and fall like through the tiny little whiskey gate right there, right into a rose bush.
Like, my collarbone. Yeah.
No, you're spraining everyting basically.
Yeah. You're like happy 40th banner just slowly falling down like the end of Jurassic Park when that T-Rex killed
but if you just use stuck in thorns.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Anyway, we wish you the best.
Thanks guys. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. Good time really. Well, maybe we should just jump straight into our first segment, Mitch. Our first segment we do on every podcast is a segment we call Fuck This Place ? Where we decide if we would work somewhere or not. And so we have actually looked up some Craigslist posts from the Stockton area because you are from Stockton originally. The mean and beautiful streets of Stockton, California. And so the way it's going to go, I'm going to read 3 job titles and you're going to pick the one you don't want to look at, just like you're browsing Craigslist.
Sure.
So job title number 1 is, and this is very Stockton, seeking help for asparagus festival. Number 2, very general, I would say, small business needs quote unquote office mom manager.
Office mom?
That's correct.
Interesting. Okay.
And then the last post is fruit vendor. So which post do you not want to click on? Asparagus festival, office mom, or fruit vendor?
Well, asparagus festival is pretty down the line. That's pretty Stockton. Let's dump fruit vendor. We'll go with the other ones.
We're very clear on what the fruit vendor is and will be.
No, I need to know these other ones. I need to know what's happening. Yeah.
There's no way that fruit vendor job is not pushing a big piece of steel down the street on a very hot day.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's so hot. I mean, so is this asparagus festival, but we'll see. Okay, so let's just take a look at post number 1, which is seeking help for asparagus festival. And there is a picture, and it is I'd call it a thumbnail. Really, it's not actually.
It doesn't quite fill out that whole box.
The Death Trap Carnival. That's exactly what that covers. That.
Here's a snapshot from a Final Destination movie.
That's correct. It's for those who are listening, it's one of those things like a swing that when it goes fast, you're on like a wire and your swing goes out. I'd say that's what do you call those? The swinging things.
It's everyone knows what this is. No one knows what it's called.
It's actually the Death Trap Carnival. That's exactly Several people have died, or
it could be called the yo, maybe.
I feel like the yo-yo is a more of a like an upside down flippy thing. So I
agree.
Yo-yo. This might just be the yo.
But everybody knows the Sandlot. Is this the thing they puke on in Sandlot?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, you're right.
Is it?
No, they were swing. because they're dangling from that line. That's exactly.
Because I think they're traveling in a circle, and somebody barfs and it gets on someone else. Is that correct?
Something like that. Yeah.
Anyway, this could be any carnival. Truthfully, this doesn't have to be Stockton. It says there's 2 images. Oh yeah, the second image is also not big, and it's of treats.
Lots of deep fried shenanigans.
I'm going to call this a deep fried Oreo, which, just to be clear, are fucking good. Like they're good. All right, folks.
This isn't hating on them. I immediately saw this one. I was like, there's no way that a lot of these didn't fall on the ground and then they just deep fried them anyways.
Oh yeah.
There's blades of grass inside some of them.
Well, the oil kills the germs, folks. It's 1,000 degrees basically. Okay, so those are the pictures that are associated with the post. Again, not very large, so I would say stolen from the internet. There's no way this is their photography.
There's no way this person's ever been to the Asparagus Festival.
Well, we'll see. Okay, and then there is very little text, and the text begins and says, the Asparagus Festival is coming to Stockton, California this weekend, Thursday through Sunday. I guess that's true. Food vendor seeking help with fry tent. I feel like this much we knew,
It's what I like is I know no other place that has an asparagus festival, but I like that they're like it lives in Stockton. I don't know why, that it's like they're talking about it like it's a guy coming to beat me up.
That he's traveling the world looking for fights.
The Asparagus Festival has found you and is coming after you.
Yeah, that's true. I'm from Asheville, North Carolina, and a nearby town, Hendersonville, has an apple festival every year. And yeah, I know, I'm sure people say is coming to, but in actuality, yes, it's the only place that, I mean, I'm sure that somebody else could have an apple festival, but Asparagus Festival, I don't think so.
No, there are some, like the Bull Testicle Festival. Are you guys familiar with this? This is a Northern California festival.
No.
It's very real. That's not a joke.
Well, really? That's great. Gilroy has their garlic festival. Is that true?
Yeah, garlic.
That's true. Yeah. I didn't know we had a ball sack festival.
Oh yeah. No, it's big time. It's the big. And they'll do it all the different ways. The fried, the lightly sauteed balls.
Wow.
I don't know. How do you like your balls, Nick?
I haven't been to that festival. I guess I'd have to try a few different things. I don't know.
I'm going fried just as a
yeah, I guess fried is like a fail safe,
Yeah, you could fry anything.
I feel like
it'd be a good time.
It'd be one of those things where I'd be like, oh, gross, but then thered be a weird one like, oh, honey mustard's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'd like, then I just know that about myself.
Like, oh, buffalo wing sauce. That sounds nice.
No, but and then on top of all that, there's like a chocolate festival and a garlic festival. We had a fucking asparagus festival, man. Stockton just gets fucked every which way. Yeah.
Yeah. So the post continues. It says must be able to stand 8 to 10 hours, which like I know that like a lot of jobs that's the case, but it's rare they put it that way. Like 8 to 10 straight. It sounds like. And then basic food prep knowledge, a plus, but not required. Huge red flag.
There goes your Oreo on the ground pickup. If you can handle food, it's a plus.
Look, you've never been around food. That's fine.
I mean, and we all, I would say a lot of us know, at least I certainly know, that California has food handling requirements. Like there's a card, right? They have not mentioned that card once so far. And I don't think they're going to, because the post finished with cash pay at end of event.
There you go.
Cash tips paid daily. And then, of course, the compensation box says cash. And that is the post.
And then there's just like a little note that says like, law just don't go around here, law dog.
It's the third picture and it's a tattoo of that quote. It's obvious. I mean, maybe they're operating on a temporary permit, so to speak.
Maybe they're just getting the fuck out of town Sunday night.
Yeah, totally possible that
they're packing up the giant and they're getting the hell out of there.
Yeah, and if you know Stockton, the police don't respond for at least 3 or 4 days. To
They show up. They're like, there was a festival.
You're good.
They're at the festival enjoying themselves. Watching teens smoke cigarettes.
I mean, it's probably been, honest to God, it's probably been like 8 years since I've gone to the Asparagus Festival, but I do not remember there having rides.
Really?
I just remember a lot of food stands and a lot of beer.
That's the Apple Festival in Hendersonville. It's all apples,
and then like I remember like the Gin Blossoms playing.
Yeah.
I remember House of Pain was one year. Yeah, that was good stuff, man.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I had Eve 6.
Hell yeah!
At a festival in Nashville, like just enough years out from their hit that it was like still sad, but honestly, huge crowd. I had a great time. I saw Smash Mouth there, and it's legit. It was fantastic. They were fantastic live. Yeah. And but you're right. It's sad. You're just like, fuck the fair. Oh, huge. We were on TRL. What the fuck happened? Yeah. And especially the Smash Mouths and the Eve 6s. I mean, also probably House of Pain. You're like, I remember you, buddy.
Yeah.
Like I saw Foghat one time in a similar environment.
Oh, wow.
And they spent, an hour and a half not playing Slow Ride. Like they just, and I didn't even know Slow Ride, but I had a friend who was into classic rock and shit. And he was like, this song, and he like would sing it out loud to me. I'd be like, I literally have no fucking idea what you're talking about, dude. But I was like, I'm sure it's good, Anyway, they even left the stage and came out on the encore and didn't start the encore with Slow Ride. Oh, like wow. I'm saying, they played a whole set, and then eventually the actual last song that they played obviously was Slow Ride, which honestly. What other game can they play?
Whatever card they got to drop, man. Yeah,
correct. Anyway, so Asparagus Festival may not have any rides, but they definitely are going to fry some just food. Just a food, maybe.
I feel like there's at least one stand that's going to be one of those, we'll fry anything you bring us.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, you got an old king? Let's do it.
You got a murder weapon you're trying to get some fingerprints off of? We'll fry it.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you have a small dog in your purse? We'll fry it.
Throw them in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think maybe that's what this stand is. I'm going to say, I'm going to say fuck this place because I know this is bad. But at the same time, how bad could it be? If you are in a position where you need some cash, like this is actually one of the more legitimate operations that we actually run into on the podcast. You know what I mean? Like it's very clear. What I'm saying is it's very clear what you're going to be doing. It's clear this not going to be a good time, but you're going to show up. It's going to be a guy named Jace or something. And he's just going to be like, this is how you get, get a bit inside. And then, again, it's like you just drop shit in the fryer. You wait for it to be brown. You flip it. It's going to be all right. I'm not going to say you're going to be safe the whole time. You know what I mean? Like he might just reach in there with his bare hands. But what I'm saying is it's sort of clear what you're going to do. And it's clear that there's going to be cash and it's clear that they need you. So I say fuck this place, but I can't say that like this place blows entirely.
I'm going to be like, I'm not doing it because I can't imagine. And this is just because I've been there before. It's going to be so fucking hot.
Right.
It's going to be so hot in there. And then inside that fry tent, and there's going to be weirdos like, hey, can you fry this picture of my Nana or whatever?
Yeah.
Just like this weird ass shit. And I can't. And I just feel like there's going to be a fist fight. And like, you're going to like, I just can't imagine that tent doesn't fall on you at some point.
Right. And then you get fried with the tent.
Yeah, I know. I got fry arm.
He puts you in it. Well, I was gonna say you get fried, and then you become like miniaturized, and you put us in this little trophy case, and he's like an old magician. He puts you in there.
And that's how.
Moves on to the next town with another asparagus festival.
That's how that episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark ends.
Correct.
I am 100% fuck this place. I am not staying in there in 105 degrees, frying shit to get it up to 130 degrees. 100% there's going to be a shooting somewhere around this tent.
Or at least a knife,
and it's only cash. So it's purely,
You could probably show up and just rob this guy for that cash.
Right.
There you go.
And the other thing is like Stockton is for being a city, it's such a small town. There's no way I don't run into someone I went to high school with and then they're looking at me like I'm Foghat. What happened to you?
Nick.
Dude, you did stand-up comedy and stuff. And now you're just like real sweaty.
I heard you on Guitar Hero once.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right. Well, yeah. I think we can all say fuck that place.
Yeah.
Post number 2 is small business needs office mom, in quotes, manager.
Wow.
I love that for some reason manager came afterwards. You could have just said office mom, and honestly, I would have known you were a dick, but I would have known what you were asking for, And now it's like you confuse it by saying like office mom. You're a dick, and also the real title is manager, so you're even like a bigger dick. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, there is a picture with this one as well, and it's a little bigger, this one, and it looks like a very bad office.
Wow. I see the computer monitors from 1995.
What we've got is a corner desk, so to speak. Very loose term there. And it does appear that there's a desk chair with definitely like a denim jacket slung over the back. Sitting next to another desk chair, which also seems to have a denim jacket or a red or a blue cloth on it. Anyway, there is 3 old ass monitors. I'm talking 2001 computer class, that kind of monitor. Like,
do you see how they're enticing this office mom with 2 different sets of flowers there?
That's correct.
They're bringing in the office mom with that.
It's a long table. Again, this desk is absolutely full of shit. Everything has something on it, but there are 2 vases of flowers. One vase looks a little dirty. One of them is very clearly a pitcher for like Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit! Good catch. Good catch. It's a fucking plastic.
So they're not a vase of flowers, but there are flowers. Again, I'm not sure if there's anything. There are several computer towers. Again, like it's like this looks like a Bitcoin, like mom's Bitcoin miner in 2005.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
But it is not that. We're fairly certain.
Those towers are so old. There's no way that those things aren't screaming at you when you turn them on.
Yeah, or just
instantly overheated.
The fan sound just like blasting.
I've got to know what's on that poster in the background. Is that like a hang on with a little kitty hanging or something?
It does look like to be some sort of motivational poster because there is some text there, but it's impossible to discern. We do have. I do want to point out there is another photo or picture, and it is of what appears to be a woman kissing a skull.
It's so inviting.
So we'll stop there, I guess.
Like look at okay. How about that little black monitor, that little black TV screen?
Yeah.
In top center. That's 100% got to be a surveillance camera thing, right?
Oh sure.
There's no way this guy isn't like hardcore. Like they're stealing our mail. I got to set up a camera right in front of my front door.
Yeah.
There's no way that's not that. Right next to a globe. When's the last time you fucking used a globe?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I mean, I know where Antarctica is. You know.
Yeah, as a child, I used a globe to just spin it and put my finger on and say that's where I was gonna die or whatever. Like a dumb game.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun reverse version of like roulette.
Yeah.
No bullets.
Wow, you went straight to that's where I'm gonna die, not that's where I'm gonna visit, or that's gonna be my fun place to go. I'm going to die here.
I'm dying in Beirut.
Maybe that was the game, and I'm just applying my current ideas.
That's fair. Yeah, that's
so
fair.
I think we could summarize this office as sort of like mom's corner gone terribly wrong by dad's influence or bankruptcy. Okay, so
in 1995.
In 1995.
Yes.
So then the post begins, and the headline starts all caps: email, resume, or work history. Although I do appreciate the organization here. It says, sorry, no phone interviews without a resume first.
Okay.
A little bit of respect there. I mean, honestly, more respect than so far it seems like you deserve based off of what I've seen. You are calling me, which is an office mom. And then there's a headline and it says office manager, bookkeeper, personal assistant, secretary for business development.
Oh, buddy.
Too many titles.
Yikes.
Too many causes.
They didn't include mom in that one.
Didn't say mom again.
Yeah.
Stick with your brand. It says this small ag business requires only a few people to run it, but must have a kind of office mom. There we go. Back on track to oversee and supervise organizing sales receipts, perform data entry for bookkeeping, and so on. You'll be able to supervise a few helpers, such as a housekeeper and ranch workers. Two very different genres of helpers.
Ranch and 95 computer. That kind of fits. If you're working on a ranch, you got a computer from 95.
No, that definitely makes sense. I'm just saying, like, how much are the ranch workers going to be able to help you? They are working on a ranch. You know,
that's true.
They got horses to wrangle. They've got agriculture to deal with, and a housekeeper. Again, they have separate responsibilities from you. Anyway, and then in bold, this paragraph begins in bold in the transitions. It says, "Work closely with owner." Huge red flag. Who has over 40 years professional achievement, not experience, achievement as a self-employed consultant. I thought we were on a ranch. Anyway. You will need to demonstrate a high degree of work organization, exceptional customer service, and phone skills. Be capable to research and investigate almost any topic for owner. That is.
Oh, come on.
That's a blank check.
Any topic.
No, thank you.
He knows how to write it. Any topic.
Then produce essay-like written. Okay, I'm so sorry. I need to read that whole sentence. Be capable to research and investigate almost any topic for owner. Then produce essay-like written summaries.
Wow,
that's fucking insane.
No.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
No. Okay.
On a dime, you want a research paper from me for a topic you come up with?
Yeah. Topics. Okay. You must have solid English composition skills. They're really digging the heels in on the essay. Take notes from verbal requests sufficient to complete tasks while keeping a tangible work product phone log. Wow. Date, number dialed, person spoken to, summary of conversation, etc. We're going to leave that paragraph and move on. We'll come back.
God.
We'll come back. I love it. Okay. Many new projects are planned, such as creating a nonprofit corporation for a Okay. Such as creating a nonprofit corporation for an historical figure.
Oh my God, we're finally back to history. Oh,
and we're back to, composition.
Yes.
Fundraising, self-publishing a new edition of a book for sale on Amazon, marketing the intellectual rights to Hollywood for a film. No way that's going to happen.
Hollywood, yeah.
Yeah, you will assist with desktop publishing, printing and custom framing, restored photos for fundraising, and populating eBay history store with legacy items. That is a very full paragraph.
Yeah. This sounds like you're working for Kanye West.
And it does not appear that you have the pay. Well, we haven't got there yet. It says seeking someone who lives within 20 miles of Escalon. Hopefully, and this is in italics, hopefully you will not have to contend with a long commute. I don't know. Does anyone know where Escalon is?
It's not too far out of Stockton.
Okay, so it's not far. It's not like, that's not a huge risk if you are in Stockton.
No.
Hours are flexible. That doesn't sound like it's true, but start from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. That's when you start, but that doesn't say when you end. Anyway, we work weekdays, no weekends, from early morning to late afternoon, and relatively short shifts of 5 to 7 hours max. I don't consider 7 hours short. 5, you could say that's short, but 7, we're just around the corner from 8, folks. That's a day. What's a work.
Yeah, that's a normal ass day.
Email, resume, or work history. This is an administrative, managerial, creative, office work, and computer use job. And then pay. Start at $15 an hour as a tryout. Loves quotation marks, this guy, to see how it goes. Then raise to $20 an hour depending on your skill and reliability. So he's gonna lowball you on that one. A totally satisfactory office person could earn $25 an hour under 1099 contract. That's another little add on here. No deductions. Yeah, thanks for the clarification. And the post wraps up with a worker who is dependable is worth a lot more than someone who has an unpredictable, quote unquote, availability schedule. Do not expect a phone interview without a resume. And then thank you, exclamation point.
Oh no, this guy seems like he for sure thinks he's a genius. Yeah. Like he for sure thinks highly of himself.
This is 100% Kevin Spacey from Seven. This is who this is. I'm dead serious.
He's Kevin Spacey from Seven's like, man, I got a lot going on. I need a lot of help to keep this low. Okay? There are some scary people looking for me, and I got to stay 2 steps ahead of them.
I could use an office manager, bookkeeper, personal assistant, and secretary for maybe some.
Can I call you mom? Can I call you mom the whole time?
Yeah, obviously, from the very beginning, the mom thing, that would be a massive turnaround if for some reason they were able to make this post work from Office Mom. Just from that starting line.
The headline, yeah.
It's a tough road. But even that aside, yeah, this person is going to ask you to do the dumbest shit.
Yes.
And they're going to think it's so important.
And this person is clearly a dude somewhere in his late 60s, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah.
Late 60s. Office Mom, come on.
Yeah, for sure. No, he wants a mother figure.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, you're going to be working on his computer, which I think it's almost guaranteed is going to be slow as fuck.
Yeah.
So even just typing is going to be like, there's going to be like a lag in Microsoft Word or like Word Perfect or whatever, like off-brand program you're using.
I don't pay for the Office.
I have Open Office. Do you ever use that? Like
Open Office.
Yeah, it's a I'm so stupid. I'll just be like, I got like a Mac and I couldn't afford anything else. And I was just like, I'll use Open Office. It just sucks. It sucked dick, dude. It's awful. And then of course, anytime someone sends you a Word doc, it's like if it's .doc, like I'm just fucked. And everybody sends you that anyway. So
did they mention housekeeping or cleaning in there?
No, but
it said Office Mom, but it seems like it's implied. You're also cleaning up after this fella.
I think it says you'll be able to supervise a few helpers, such as a housekeeper and ranch workers. My guess is there might be some supervisorial responsibilities there, and you might have to pick up their slack, quote unquote slack, aka them just like leaving when they were supposed to because you only paid me for an hour. But I think you're right. I think that you're right, but I do think that this person doesn't even have the gall to call this a personal assistant, which you should do, because if you call it a personal assistant, all of the chaos under here fits. you know? If you just said small business needs personal assistant, I would fault you for everything you asked of me, right? Because I know that most personal assistant jobs are total fucking crazy bullshit. But I would say, well, it's personal assistant. What did you expect?
Yeah.
I think you needed an office mom for this post.
yeah. Someone to scold the post into proper manners and execution. Again, I'm going to say fuck this place solely on the essays. The fact that you want to write up on shit that I could probably just tell you about. Again, it says to me that I'm printing your emails. That's what all this paper is in this office.
Yeah, dude, it's the essays things. It's crazy because it's like, just Google it.
Yeah.
Like that's what Google will do. That ask it a question, it will send you an essay. Like,
and it's 3 sentences is how much you need to know on almost any topic.
Yeah, it's oh man, it's crazy. And I agree. There's no way that you're not part of cleaning. I think he purposely set up this picture this way so to appeal to someone who goes like, I need to clean up that mess. Absolutely. You know,
There's
but at least there's flowers. With bong water in them.
Oh, isn't he a sweetheart thinking of me with these flowers?
Anybody who thinks that they got a sporting chance. But I mean, I will say, the wages look okay. I'm just saying, like, they're not like incredible, but I'm just saying if you can make it to 20 an hour or 25 an hour, like if you can handle the crazy, it might be worth it if you're in a real stuck situation. But that 1099 will bite you in the beehole for sure.
Yeah. But I can see totally taking advantage of this guy.
Yeah, that's possible.
I worked for an hour to do this whole essay. You just fucking print screen on a Google search. I worked for an hour and a half. At least you're paying me. You're lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm lucky to have you. By the way, can you throw out these old discs that give me free hours of the internet?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Or leave for an hour and a half to go get a disc for the internet.
You need a new trial version of America Online.
It's like, sorry, Dale, they were all out of internet.
And that's perfect.
I'll go tomorrow, though. I will go tomorrow.
His name is Dale. That's perfect. Dale. Yeah. This fella's Dale.
So
68-year-old Dale.
So if you want to swindle a man, this might be a decent place to do so. But otherwise, I think we could all say fuck this place.
Yeah. For the sheer screaming match that I will get into by day 3, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, guys?
Wanted to remind you that you can text the podcast anytime you want.
Night or day, whenever the hell you want.
It's fine. It's the number is 470-BAD-JOBS. The actual numbers are 470-223-5627. That's the number.
So anytime you want. Like I said, middle of the night, whenever. We don't got jobs right now. Whatever's going on with you is going on with us.
I mean, absolutely. Maybe you still have a job and it's like shitty. You can tell us about that. Maybe you don't have a job and it was shitty before.
Maybe you're getting one of those weird temperature forehead checks right now.
For sure.
You want to pull out your phone and just say, you know what, fuck you guys. I'm going to text 470-BAD-JOBS.
470-223-5627 is the number. That is the number. And you can also call us if you want, but I mean, whatever. It's your choice. That's the point here.
So, Mitch, what is the first job you ever had?
Very first job I ever had. I was a stock boy in a liquor store.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Real teenage, like,
you
know what I mean? Like that's like a TV teenage job. I mean, I know that
that's like a Bart Simpson job.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like it's kind of like but it's like a little bit of a cool kid job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or a mischievous kid.
No, it was very clean cut. I'd change out the coffee filters and swept the floors.
There's a liquor store explicitly? Or
liquors, like gun under the counter liquor store in Stockton.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
How old were you?
16.
16. Why'd you get it? Like
it was either I'm forgetting what the circumstances were, but it was either get a job or do something else horrible that I didn't want to do, and my parents are paying the child. So, all right, fuck it. I'll work at a liquor store, and it was odd because I didn't steal liquor.
Sure.
But I put money in the cash register and took liquor, and I was 16.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, so you paid for it.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's an honorable move. What surprises me a little bit is that a 16-year-old can work legally at a liquor store. I mean, if that's on the table.
That fucking long ago, maybe it's different now. But
I just remember, like in North Carolina, there was you had to be 18 to touch alcohol. Like I started working in restaurants, but like if someone ordered a beer or anything, I wasn't wait staff, but I was back of house, and if we can't even take a beer to someone.
I was a stock boy, so I couldn't sell alcohol, but I could stock it. I could put and move sense. And I could move shit around, but I couldn't
you're just touching
transact.
Boxes.
Sure. Yeah. Except for to yourself.
Or no, I could put it up on the shelves and top shelf, bottom shelf, all this shit. I just couldn't transact.
So so let's talk about you buying the liquor. Okay. So for how long total did you work there?
Fuck. It was just 3 different summers from 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, one of those where you can pop in the summer. Okay, great. When did you break the seal? Because I'm sure. Was it day one?
Really? 2. Yeah. Day 1, I was getting the lay of the land, figuring out, okay, he's going to be here for the hit. I hate to be that I did it, but I was totally planning. Day 1, am I going to be able to get liquor from this job?
To be fair, you were completely surrounded by it. And, it's difficult to really, I guess that's not true. Everybody lives through it, but it's difficult to viscerally feel the shortage of alcoholic products underage. You know what I mean? So if you're a person who has any kind of access to it, you're a god, and you're even if you don't give it to anybody else, it's just
Okay. In Stockton, there was a whole area that had nothing. It was we just called it 8 Miles, just empty fucking levees and ravines. Bring a bottle out there, and suddenly all the girls came out there too. So
yeah. You're just walking, you're holding a bunch of booze and stuff like that, and then there's a guy burying a body, and you both look at each other if you don't say anything, I won't say it. And they're oh, okay, cool. And then you just both go on about your business.
It's weird you bring that up, because there was a homeless guy out there one time, and he drank with us.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, it was a good time.
Let me ask you, you just walked in, you were just this is where I want to work, or did you have an in? Did you know the guy?
No, I was a friend of the family.
Okay.
No, this is great. This is how it goes.
No, friend of the family.
You never stole it. You just bought it underage.
Yeah.
My boy could use a job. Yeah, I did. I never fucking just straight up took shit, even though I knew.
Yeah, man's got to have a code.
Hey, I knew plenty of people who worked the jobs and they stole the shit out of everything in their workplace.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. I had just the teeny little sense of honor.
Yeah.
Still not to obey the law.
So, but do you think that the guy who owned your boss, do you think that he knew you were doing it, or do you think you had him hoodwinked where it was he's all the money's here. Oh, I guess we're just killing it every day with these Remy Martin bottles or whatever. I'm just
I think he. And to this day, he's never said he knew, but I'm pretty sure he knew, because if I'm stealing, he can't get slammed, but he's also making money because there's no money missing and merchandise missing. So, hey, perfect fucking
I was going to say,
symbiotic relationship.
How could he on paper know that you were stealing? I mean, I would think that maybe he saw something, could have seen something in the store. But yeah, you're right. He has a lot of plausible deniability, and he's financially covered. So in some ways, I think this is really the best case scenario.
Yeah.
You understood you were doing a very high risk activity, and so you mitigated that risk by being look, man, this dude would be on my side if things go really south. You know?
Say he's speaking to you in code. He's so Mitch, those coffee filters are getting cleaned correctly, right? You're oh yeah, Mr. Herb. Yes, they are.
That's funny you say Herb, because it was Herbst liquor.
Oh yeah.
You already, Nick knows exactly.
Yeah. That's to this day where I get my liquor when I go.
But when it was 105 degrees, I could just go, I'm going to stock the fridge, and just go stand in the fridge for an hour and a half.
Nice.
It was great. And then you'd walk out and it'd be 100 degrees inside the shop.
Yeah, fuck.
Jeez. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That is for those who don't know, that liquor store, it's
there's a lot of people who don't know.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Enlighten us,
Me
Nick.
and Nick.
Yeah. There's it's a big ass.
I love it. Chase does a lot of this, for a lot of those who don't know, But like the other day, it was like we were talking about like a glory hole. You know? I was like, just I know most people know, but just so everybody's clear, you know. And Nick's like, for those who don't know, this one liquor store out by 8 Mile.
Forgive me if I'm walking over treaded ground, but there's a liquor store in Stockton that maybe some of you may not be so familiar with. But it's a big ass store, but there's a fuck ton of stuff in it. Like it's very like for as big as that store is, you're kind of like walking almost sideways down some of those aisles because it is just piles of
full,
and
it's packed full of shit.
So it's like, was the job hard? Like, not really, because it seems like there's a lot of work to do if you're there to do work.
Well, I guess if you're there to do work,
because you just came out with like, I stood in the freezer for an hour and a half. I was just like, no one came for you that entire time.
No one even walked into the freezer.
I was stocking the fridge. The fridge had to be stocked. Or things had to be moved around appropriately.
Got it. So
they just hear banging around back there. I guess he's.
Is it a busy? You know, for those who don't know, is it a busy liquor store?
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of traffic that gets through there for everything, and the gun under the counter. I'm trying to
What kind of gun was it?
Just a 6-shooter, an old school 6-shooter.
Oh wow, that's badass.
Well, you mean like with the chamber, like a Wild West? Hell yeah.
It was an old 6-shooter. I still remember it, silver. I always wanted to shoot it, but we never got robbed. I never got robbed when I was working there.
And that's probably a pro.
No, I'll give that. Oh yeah. No, that's pros and cons. Yeah.
Pro for everybody. So it's busy. I mean, like I guess when you're stocking, those aren't during the busy times, or you are. I mean
I worked at different times of the day, and I'm trying to think. I mean, I never worked an opening shift ever, just because I was a kid during summer.
Sure.
And I was like, I have to make sure I do stuff, whatever the fuck excuse I had for not.
I'm sleeping, dude. Yeah.
So the super early stocking I never had to do. It was always middle day, end of the day. So it was just kind of cleaning shit up.
So they had a reset by the time you came in.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
they were prepped. For instance, if it's a Friday, they know like we're doing 4 deep, or I don't know how many, whatever it is.
No, Friday, Saturdays. Yeah.
So I was gonna say, like, okay, so how many of you are on a shift, and when do you have time to legally buy beer? Like when does that transaction happen?
I could never do beer because it was too big, too bulky.
Yeah, liquor.
Bottles of liquor that I could slide down my underwear and my ass crack or something.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, here's my. These are. I got questions about the machinations.
The logistics.
But first, what were your go-tos? Like, what was the Because I imagine certain bottles were easier, or you can't afford. Like, this isn't. You don't have a free license here. You're not like, I can just get Maker's Mark or whatever. No. It's like it was opportunity / anyway, go ahead.
At first, it was bang for the buck, so it was Bacardi 151.
Yeah,
the most
dude.
Powerful, potent shit you can get.
Yeah, and it's like disintegrating your pants as you have it tucked in there.
No, it was literally burning my underwear.
Yeah,
no, that
fucking piss and fire.
Yeah, maybe I did that twice, but
and then you learn
nobody wanted to ever fucking drink it.
Yeah.
No, we just shoulder tap, Mitch. We don't need that right now. Yeah. But I mean, you fucking name. I mean, I remember I got butter schnapps or butterscotch schnapps.
Was this more just a crime of opportunity? Were you looking to sample? Or like?
No, it was. Hey, is the coffee filter? And then swoop when nobody was looking.
Got it.
Absolutely had to be distractions. It was very sneaky.
Yeah. Got it. So it was essentially just like I'm near the gin, and I guess that's what we're doing this weekend.
But it was always easy at the end when to go empty registers and bring it up. Oh, here's my blah blah blah, and I'd have change and everything ready in my pocket because I knew I needed exact and then tax. So bam,
nail.
Everything. And then I learned the tax percentages, so I knew exactly how much to put in for
That's
cash.
Smart. Again, it's a very smart way to keep this source reliable. Because again, like if it's just like, well, we only seem to be losing inventory during the summer months when a certain somebody, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna root you out, whereas you again, perfect crime. Like an icicle as a knife,
certain someone who's always wearing giant Janko jeans.
Those back pockets, man, they can fit just about anything.
No, I mean, it was pretty much always waistband, or I remember the very first couple of times it was under the arm, so I couldn't move my left arm. I'd have to open doors and do shit with only one arm for like the last 30 minutes.
Yeah. You got like the flask-sized ones, you know, like the pint ones. Is that what you got for those?
Oh no, I went for the fifths.
Okay.
I could never do a handle. That was little
ambitious.
That's a little hard. Yeah.
But again, you got a reliable supply, so you don't got to push it, you know.
Exactly.
Fifths, you know.
No, you show up 16, 17 years old to a fucking end of the
with
levy
a full
party
ass
with
bottle.
a full bottle of liquor, you're a fucking king.
You're all good.
Yeah.
And again, you didn't like, you know, the sources that I knew and had, they all came with taxes. You know what I mean? Like someone who's a little older is like, oh, I'm keeping the change, you know?
Exactly. The shoulder tap thing.
It's fine, you know? But you show up just like, wow, it's like, I mean, it came out of the river, you know? Pure and clean.
I tried not to always, I'm trying to think. Nobody really found out that's where I was getting it until I was 18 after high school. And then that summer after high school was when people
Oh, wow. You really
it
kept it that much on the down.
Oh, I did. It's like, oh, yeah, shoulder tap, blah, this. Or I just made shit up every time.
Because
if
exactly.
people knew
I got
had
a cousin.
that ready access,
they would
I'd be getting blown up every single time I'm doing that.
And the whole game would be over.
Exactly. It was like liquor laundering. I had to really sparse it out and do it just right.
Mitch, you nailed it.
Like the beginning of Goodfellas. just everything's cool right now. You know, they don't even know. Everything's fine, you know.
But no, I made it through all 3 summers and there was never any issue and never got brought up. And I was trying to think, like, when you were saying, like, oh, did the coffee filters get redone? He never did nothing like that. There was just nothing missing. I had exact change in there.
Exact change. I mean,
and I think
whatever suspicions a grown man can have about teenagers stealing from him, he's like, well, the book is perfectly balanced. What the fuck do I care?
Exactly.
And the kid keeps showing up for shifts. You know what I mean? He's not drinking during them, right? So it's obvious that he knows the boundaries in some way. So like,
no, I would never drink here.
He's not obviously drinking. You know what I mean? Like he's not showing up stumbling over himself.
Oh yeah, not that, but beer in the fridge.
Beer in the fridge.
Oh man,
we've all had a fridge beer.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But a beer in the fridge is different than a 151. Like over the course of a shift.
Yeah, they started saying I was bringing blood because they mixed 151 and fruit punch, and they just started calling it blood.
They should because someone's gonna bleed if you keep drinking it.
That was fucking. Oh god.
Yeah, 151, dude.
I can't even smell that.
Why do they keep making it?
I don't even know how that shit's legal. I mean, oh god, just thinking about it right now makes me want to fucking throw up.
I remember doing 151 we would do coke in 151, and we were just like we'd be sipping going like you know, like why are we doing this? Like what is this? Whoa.
And it's like
that's not casual at all.
No. I like and you don't ever hear of like, oh yeah, 151's my sipping drink. It's not. I mean, that's something like maybe you put a little bit in like a jungle juice or something that's so many different. Shitty whatever. I don't know.
You go like, I was drinking 151 because I was in a cage in Vietnam, and that's all.
Yeah. No.
You're surrounded by pointy sticks.
No,
like this is all I got. It's me and this 151.
The latrine behind the bamboo shack is where we stirred up this 151.
I was gonna say some soldier tossed it to you. It was like, I don't want this swill.
God damn, no. And I remember because when you were saying like, did you try and pick out? I think the only time I ever really lead from was peppermint schnapps during Christmas time.
Yeah.
I'm a festive guy.
Let's keep it on theme.
He's got a good heart, that guy.
Other than that, it's just whatever the fuck I had the opportunity to swoop.
Sure. Did you find over during that time? Like again, that's a lot of access. Like all I remember my access to liquor, pre 21 was like pretty much just like shitty vodka, shitty whiskey, And I think maybe sometimes shitty gin, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is like, you had an extremely, it was very catch as catch can, you know, whereas in your case, you could sort of choose, like you could, you know, did you end up having favorites over that time, or like getting a refined palate?
Well, it's funny you bring that up, is because God damn, I'm just thinking about how like methodical and fucked up I was about it, but I was literally like, well, the top shelf is supposed to be the best, but there's less of those, so it's more noticeable. If one's on the shelf, you move it forward. So I'd always go middle. Like I would never get the plastic jugs.
Yeah, I had a lot of plastic jugs. Because at that point it's a cost game, because I'm getting taxed. We're getting taxed on this thing. So you got a $20 bill, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah, exactly.
But you went middle also, because those plastic jugs are huge usually.
Yeah, it's exactly. No, the middle glass bottles, pints were there. But I remember the girls always liked Southern Comfort. That was the
a little sweet.
Oh, Mitch has Southern Comfort. Oh, yes, I do. Come here. But no, I remember Southern Comfort that started being one I tried to get a lot, especially when enough girls are going to go to wherever every asshole was going to go. But other than that, man, whiskey started. I learned that whiskey makes you obnoxious early. So it started being more tequila, just partying tequila. But like it's pretty much whatever the hell I could grab.
Yeah, for sure. Beggars, even if they are beggars that know the alcohol tax, cannot and will not be choosers.
Yes, fucking for sure.
Yeah. Juniors in high school will not be choosers.
No, they shan't. They really won't be.
I mean, oh God, I don't know Nick, you may have remembered some of the guys that did the beer runs in Stockton, where they actually would put a 30-pack under each arm and an 18-pack on top of that. One guy would hold the door open at the grocery store, and then they'd run out.
I mean, this is not a podcast about that, but I remember Mitch and his friends just, in my mind, just being warlords of mayhem. And yes, just like booze, and they were just like guys that it was like, these guys are awesome, but it would be a little bit like hanging out with the cast from Jackass. Like it's like we might all die.
You were worried, yeah.
It was like so.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, there was like there was nothing you could have told me that Mitch Higgins and his friends did that I wouldn't believe. Well, it was like, yes, that building on fire. If you told me it was Mitch. Yes, the nicest guy.
He's got nothing but 151 on his hands.
But
it's very.
Cut that building up.
Sure. Yeah. It's like so. Yeah, absolutely. I remember those guys. I remember those times. Brilliant.
So it wasn't a bad job.
It wasn't a bad job.
No, I've had horrible fucking jobs, but no, the very first one, pretty smooth.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Mitch, that's your first job. What would you say is the worst job you've ever had?
Worst job, hands down, man, was working at Lowe's Hardware.
Fuck.
Really?
Yeah. It was just, and it wasn't all the way just because it was Lowe's. It was because of the people there. They were just fucking awful people. There was this micromanager supervisor lady who she hated men. Yeah. She really, really blatantly hated men and me
which is a tough place to be if you're in a Lowe's
Hardware. It was always
not
a little
just
confusing.
for the people who work there, but the people who are in there, you know.
Yeah. And but I remember,
like, you could work at Michael's and I bet you'd have a better time if that was your one criteria.
There you go. And but it was just fucking terrible because everyone, you go into Lowe's, you're like, hey, where's this? I don't fucking know. This place is huge, man.
It's massive.
This is why if
looking for a plug, it's not electric though. It's for hoses. You're like, they don't even know what they want.
Dude, I got a blurry picture of it on my phone. Can you tell me?
No, which is why to this day I don't even ask somebody in Lowe's about shit because nobody knows. Nobody knows anything. They're just there making a paycheck.
They're wandering the store just like you are.
Yeah, lost souls on a pirate ship. That's what Lowe's is.
That's literally what it was.
I mean, we had
all the time.
We'll get to this, I'm sure, but we had a guest. I forget. Was it Karina? Anyway, she had that sales job, Nick. That it wasn't at it wasn't by Home Depot.
Selena Tisabia.
Selena, yeah. They walked into a Home Depot and just tried to sell people like, I forget what it was, like aluminum or cabinets. And like, they didn't even work there. And no, and that's how big it is.
Yeah. They would just conduct their business inside of a
Home Depot. That's like 100% plausible.
Yeah.
It's like 100% plausible.
It's like a psychiatry office opens in those like sheds they have in the parking lot. It's like, yeah, why not? Anyway. So what was your position at Lowe's?
The bottom of the barrel, lowest entry level person.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No,
but you weren't cashier, or were you?
No, fuck no. That was like there's
gotta be a
shit
worse.
low, and then there's cashier that just a smidge lower. No, at least I got to wander around. You know, I got to avoid people and like, oh, hey, what's that? And then fucking walk away. Or it's on aisle 33 when it's.
So you're just like you were like floor associate or something.
There you go. Yeah. No, but the cashiers were fucking stuck. So you could not escape people. If they went to try and find something, it wasn't there where you told them, they could come back and find you where you were.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's tough.
Meanwhile, you're blending in with like the coiled up garden hoses in the back. Like they can't find.
I was like towards the end, because I worked there for one summer, my first year after college. That's all I worked there, and it was fucking awful. But towards the end, I started hating everybody and everything there so much that one of the other guys that was like a lifer and didn't care, he was like, he lifted me up on a forklift and I took a nap on the top rail of the lumber.
Nice.
The lumber area.
Sounds
probably
unsafe.
like 2 hours. I just was asleep up there.
Yeah.
And nobody fucking noticed I was gone or wasn't
my
around.
God.
This it's almost a little bit like Saul Trujillo, who Mitch also knows. Also took a nap on diapers. In
the Toys R Us Toys R Us. Babies R Us. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so much more comfortable than fucking 2x4.
Yeah, the wood.
It's smarter, man.
Yeah,
but you gotta hate your job real bad to try to sleep on jagged wood or whatever. Because sleeping on beat up wood is better.
Yeah, you can see Saul looking up, being like, "That might be nice," and you were looking at it like, "That's not gonna be nice," but I would like to be there rather than here.
Yeah, there's like drops of your blood coming down.
But I mean, like I said, it was just a lifer. You know, the guy probably an ex-con, probably just does not care anymore. He's like, you know what? This kid's got a future. He can dick around or do whatever. He just lifts me up in the forklift, and I just hopped up there.
Yeah, he was like your Red from Shawshank. He's like, I'm never getting out of here, but you're gonna get out of here. You know
you've still got hope, kid.
Yeah, you're getting on that boat to Mexico.
I've been in here most of my life.
He's like, hop on the forks. That's how he's gonna save you.
Find you. Say what Teneo, kid.
Yeah.
I can't believe I remembered the city.
So like. Who I guess my question is, what were you supposed to be doing and what were you doing? Right?
What I was during your shift? I was never supposed to be stocking things, but if something broke or had to get a forklift up to restock something because it broke or was messed up, I'd have to do that. Otherwise, it was just customer service. Like, hey, where's this? Hey, can you direct me to that? And the whole summer, I was just a complete moron.
Yeah.
barely learned the store. I wandered around. I mean, I would try to find places to somewhat hide, like by the buzz cutter for the I don't even know if it's a buzz.
Yeah. They have those saws that you can get a staff to cut stuff for you, which you obviously couldn't do.
So I put on the headphones so customers think, oh, he can't hear me right now, and fucking just dick around. Because but I remember early on, I tried. Like I actually made an effort, tried to learn where the store was at. But everyone still treated me like a piece of shit anyways. The higher ups hated everyone. It was just shitty. So just slowly teetered down to being a bigger and bigger pieces of shit.
Well, they started it, you know.
Just sleeping on higher and higher places.
No, but I remember I was just a total piece of shit by the end. Like I did not fucking care at all. I'd go just grab a soda out of the thing, walk around and drink it from the front near the cashiers and just walk around. Last day, I just took the fucking thing off and threw it in the break room and just left and never went back. But I felt like
it just took you 3 months to descend into madness.
That's it.
Or ascend into naps.
But it was like I said, it was way more about the management and the people there and like how horrible like they treated everybody and just hated you.
So I mean, what did they do or not do to people or you?
I mean, can you be aggressively passive aggressive, or is that just aggressive?
For sure. I like that's most of like, especially the underling corporate America world, where it's like
the middle
they will just fucking shove their like passive aggressiveness down your throat of just like, guys, we need top ratings today, and we need to work on this. It's like, do we or is it I or you? I'm not sure. Good.
Okay, so you get where that's coming from, but it was not even like that, like the fake corporate it was just asshole. Like I'm gonna be here until I fucking die because I can't even afford a retirement, and I hate everybody and everything, and I'm gonna hate you right now.
Yeah. Just like they just give you nothing at all times.
No,
you're like, hey, and they're like,
no, and it didn't matter. I could be wandering and sleeping in rafters, treated exactly the same as if I had been on the ball. Every fucking little detail, sweeping up my everywhere I'd walk. Nothing was getting everything done and restocked. Busy every second of that. Didn't matter.
Nobody gave a fuck. They regarded you in no way differently.
Yes, I was literally a piece of shit floor associate.
Did you feel that initially? Like my worst job I've ever worked was working at Costco, and it was very similar to that. And it was like, but when I first got the job, they were kind of like, no, this is great. This is going to be great. Like, you're going to love it. And then like half hour into my shift, they were just like fucking spitting on the floor by where I was sweeping. It's just, so what was it? What was the, how did you get into it? What was the grift?
Yeah.
No, it was legit just looking online at the time. Like, I need a job for the summer, blah, blah, blah. And then Lowe's was one. Okay, fuck it. They're the first person to offer a job. And
there is a real panic, if you're in school, in any capacity really, and it's ending and you're like, as soon as it's over, you're like, fuck, every day I'm not working. I am not doing good.
I'm hurting. And so I was just like, okay, fuck it. Lowe's, whatever. And, back in those days, working like just a retail shitty job like that. Oh, God. And then after that, I worked at CompUSA. Do you guys remember CompUSA?
No, I have no idea.
I feel like I kind of remember the name a little bit.
Like, the shittiest shit version of a Best Buy. It was
like worse than a Circuit City.
Yes. Yeah, worse than a Circuit City. And it was just called CompUSA. And this was after Lowe's, so I'd already developed my piece of shit mentality at a retail job.
Yeah.
So,
it's not hard to cultivate. It takes, as you said, about 3 months, and it's all over.
And then, so this is what I am at this type of job now.
Yeah.
But because I went in with that attitude instead of like, all right, I'll do good. I'll earn these paychecks and I'll be a decent member of society to fuck everything. And oh my God, would I really say fuck this place? I used the name of the podcast.
Hell yeah.
See, I'm good. I'm good. No, I'm on it.
So you showed up to CompUSA just like, I know the deal, fellas. Nobody gives a shit. I don't either. And let's just get through this.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And they kept me around just because I made people laugh. Like, I hardly fucking did anything, but I kept morale up. That's literally what one of the supervisors told me.
Yeah.
When I was working there, and he just goes, look, your numbers are really bad. We can't really rely on you for very much, but you keep the morale up and spirits are up when you're on shift. And that's why I'm not firing you.
Yeah.
Nice.
He told me straight up. And I was like, oh, okie dokie.
I serve multiple purposes here.
He was like, the Dilbert comic strips I've been posting to the fridge are not working, but they like you, so you're staying.
They seem to not like my family circus cutouts.
No, exactly.
And that's great. It's what's really crazy is like, having advanced knowledge of what idiot thing people are actually saying when they're saying it. What this person was really saying was, you're doing my job for me. That's your job as a manager.
Keeping people happy.
It's like
them focused
schedule
and
people and make sure everyone does their job, and it's like, well, it's just worth your shitty wage. We're paying you jack fucking shit anyway, and everybody's in a better mood, including me when you're around. So of course we'll keep you. That's a no-brainer.
And that taught me something about life. Is just like, it's gonna be shitty, but if you go in it with the right attitude, you can get out alive. But I just remember trying. Like I was going to be a good person when I went into Lowe's, be a good employee. They're going to appreciate me.
All doe-eyed.
Fuck yes. And that, yeah, but I remember that. That was my first
really,
taste.
I mean, in some ways, you gotta make that revelation eventually, you know?
Yeah.
Just like, man, there's a lot of people that do not give a single goddamn shit, you know? And you know, so, you know, right around college, not a bad time.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, when I'm still working, you know, whatever the fuck it will be around until after college when supposedly, my degree will work for me and I'll do stuff with my degree. Yeah. You know, in heavy imagination land. Yeah.
But at least you know where the floor is.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think it is really important to know where the floor is because God forbid you never find out. You know?
Well,
the lifers there that you were talking about will never they'll never hit that floor, and that is it. Like they're just in that abyss of souls, you know.
You've crossed the river. The river Styx. And they're just sort of like wandering.
And so it's like it's not a blessing, but it's like you have to get hit to know how hard you can get hit, kind of a thing. And a lot of people never leave that. They just keep taking that hit every day until they're fucking dead. And then people kind of don't remember them like 9 weeks later.
At the place they spent an entire life.
And that Lowe's was the first job I had after the liquor store job, so that was my first taste of like corporate big, you know.
But also like to go from being like booze god to just like using naps to hide.
No, I mean it's true. I mean, I fucking ran the liquor store, you know. I did, you know, whatever. It was a small business and I could do all these other things, and then as soon as you go to just
you're not even allowed to touch shit, you know.
Just the soulless, life-sucking big box company like that, and just see how little they care about you, and like you're just the turnover of you, which I kind of get. I mean, I was out of there in 3 months,
of course
I was doing whatever, so
zero incentive to stick around. There's not even incentive to show up that day.
Pretty much.
And then that's another thing that's also, I think, helpful. Like, you know, now when you go into a big box store like that, you're like, you can't help me. You can't, you know,
you don't know.
I'll be able to figure this out. And there are, you know, I will say, I have been in Home Depots more than Lowe's. And I've had to go, you know, at times frequently, because that's what happens when you're a customer at Lowe's or Home Depot. Is like you have a time, you know, you've got a project going on where you're like, I'm just gonna fucking learn this store, right? I'm gonna pick a store and I'm gonna learn it, you know. And that's really your best strength, is just, you know, because otherwise, where even is the electrics section? You know,
just as a so, you know, if you ever go into Home Depot or Lowe's, you find the guy who's got his little jacket on and he looks like he's in his late 40s, not past 50s or 60s, and not younger than that. And he might actually help you. He might actually be able to direct you or even help you with your project. Anybody else, fucking nothing. They're not even, they'll tell you where something is, but it's not going to be there. You'll just go far enough away that they can escape.
What I like to think too is like you find that guy and you go and you're just like, oh, hey, I'm actually looking to apply here. I don't know where to go. And he's just like, oh yeah, sure. Come with me. And he like takes you with him and he takes you to like an exit door and he pushes you out and you're like, hey, what the, and he's like, you're welcome, kid. And then he shuts the door. God bless him. God bless that guy.
Finger gun as you
God bless
you, buddy. Hey, I'm just glad it was 3 months. I mean, like, I knew a guy who worked at that same Lowe's for like 2 hours, and I'm not 2 hours, 2 years. 2 years.
In 2 hours, he knew he was going to be there for 2 years. Go ahead.
Yeah. And it was just when he got out of there, he said, "Man, like, I just don't want to. I have no ambition left. Like everything's out. Like it's just it's so bizarre how much that does to your mental health and your soul doing that.
Yeah. It's crazy what Lowe's does.
Like, but I mean, you said Costco. I mean,
but it is so funny to drift between like like how work really just wears us down, but then just keep applying it to Lowe's.
Yeah.
Oh, by the end of this podcast, I don't know if I hate work or I just fucking hate Lowe's.
Yeah.
Did Lowe's kill my dad? Who killed? I think it was Lowe's.
It did, no, 100%.
Because
some fat guy knocked some lumber off the top level and was taking a nap.
Did you have a favorite patterns or places that helped you avoid people? You know, like was it like, oh yeah, I'll pop in Home and Garden for a while or whatever?
No, the easiest spot was over by the wood chip machine where you put on your headphones and like so they'd be like, oh, you can't hear me, so they can't talk to me, and then cut like they'd have like a list of shit they may need cut up, so I just spend time over there and I do it very, very slowly because I wanted to make sure it was cut right.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I also imagine that. Yes, I've also when I venture to the lumber section, it's always a little quieter than the rest of the store, you know. And I think also again, just by the nature, what's up?
A little more desolate.
Desolate. Also, because it's like the product is 16 feet long, you know, so you can't like stack a bunch of stuff in there, right? And also, I think in general, the people that are over in lumber. I'm not saying they all know what they're doing, but they all kind of know what
they've
they
got
need.
They've got a good idea. So that's why I kind of stuck over there. If you got into like plumbing and electricity, electrician stuff, bro. Just stay out.
So little. There's a million fucking. I need like 12 gauge. I need 8 gauge. Like no.
You stay the fuck away from there.
Yeah. And because those places do so much, you can just make up anything and be like, I gotta go. I'm sorry, this customer needs a doorknob and a giant broom and then some keys made. So I'll see you in 11 hours. I gotta go.
Yeah.
No, but another thing with those giant stores like that is you could get away with that kind of shit. You could just like disappear in the muck of nonsense because there's already like has to be like 30 people on the shift or whatever every single day of every hour. So
and that's the reason why nobody got to know anybody. Like I assume you didn't make any friends or anything.
No, one guy.
The guy who put you on the forklift?
No, that's the lifer guy who could probably still fucking be working there for all I know.
Yeah.
But no, the other guy that actually knew, he was just like, man, I'm just working here until I finish my degree and I'm getting the fuck out of here. And then he was there for 2 years and then he was done. He had no ambition left, got his degree, but he was just like, man, I don't know, man. He just like the life was out of his voice.
That's a tough road.
It's
so bad, man.
It really sucks because his degree was in key making.
Yeah. His degree was in starting a Lowe's. Bad choice.
Oh God! But I don't even remember. I mean, I had. It's been years since I talked to that guy, but he was a cool guy. I mean, he was in the same boat as me, going to college, just needed some work.
Yeah,
getting there stuck 2 years, and then he just hated everything. Yeah, just R.I.P. Yeah,
R.I.P. His ambition, that's for sure.
I don't remember his name anymore, but
well, Mitch, we always make sure before we finish the podcast, the last 3 questions, make sure we covered everything.
Sure.
And so question number 1 is for Lowe's is when were you done and how did you quit? Like obviously you told me you threw the thing in the break room, like you knew you were going to be done because school is starting up again, right?
Yeah. It was a 4 summer thing. I knew my end date before I even started.
Yeah.
I didn't say that when I applied because
of course
they're not gonna fucking
never. By the way, if you're listening to this podcast, never ever say that.
No.
Doesn't matter if you are applying to a place for the summer. I guarantee you there will be so much turnover by the time you even make it to the end of the summer. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. And put it this way: if they're ever planning on getting rid of you, you're the last to know. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't need to know when you're out.
Exactly. Yes.
No, but I remember the end of that shift. It was only a 4-hour shift. I was like, I'm almost fucking done, and I didn't do shit the whole time. I mean, like I was so just cared so fucking little. I was just garbage. And then end of the shift, literally. All right, it's going to take me 2 minutes to walk over to the break room, so I'm leaving right now at 2 minutes.
Exactly.
Done. Took off the fucking little orange breaker, dropped like a X-Acto knife, and that's all they gave me, and walked out of the fucking store.
You got to leave your badge, son.
Yeah.
Put on the X-Acto knife. Yeah. So and you just said, I mean, I guess again, it was already scheduled. Did you tell them? Did you give them a 2-week notice, or were you just like, you just said today's it, and I'll know.
I didn't tell anybody I had done it. I just left, and I remember like 3 days later, hey, are you coming back?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. And then just hung up the phone, and that was it.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I was just the worst. Yeah.
Okay, well then question number 2 is, what's one good thing you would say you took from that very bad job?
I don't know if it's good. I just learned.
We'll find out.
I don't know. A thing I learned is just what did Nick call it? The silo of souls, or what?
I don't know, but I like silo of souls.
river of souls.
No, you just said
silo of souls,
the abysmal cataclysm of souls.
Yeah,
I just learned okay, this company does not give a fuck about anybody in it. Maybe the top guys in the boardrooms doing and running the business they care about, but everybody else, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And just learning that, I think, gave me a better clue towards things I wanted to do instead of just making a check. So I learned through that misery.
It totally makes sense. Question number 3, not related to that bad job, is we've had a bit of a pandemic. How you been? Any new revelations, worldviews? It's more of a check-in question.
Oh God! Well, getting through the pandemic is.
It ain't over entirely, folks.
No, it's not. But it's been unusual. When everything hit, I was doing my podcast, The Lost Tales of Adventuring. If anybody wants to check that out, we were doing that, but I had 3 other people that did it with me. It was just it was an improv story thing, and once everything hit, everybody got freaked out because people have significant others, kids. They can't just be around random people to do a podcast, and we kind of have to be in person for the way it's done.
Especially an improv podcast. I mean, it's, you got to really feel the room.
Exactly. You've got to be able to play, and whether it's facial expressions, anything else, or literally notes. I mean,
exactly.
And so it's been on shutdown. It's been totally shut down since end of March last year. So I haven't been able to do that, and that's been a bummer. I've tried to shoot off some other stuff, and it hasn't really come together how I'd like it to. I just experimented with different projects, but right now I'm actually doing a Kickstarter for that podcast to adapt the improv story that was made into an actual written story. And that's what I have going on right now, and hopefully something will come together with that.
Awesome. Do you want to so it's an animated show you want to do, and it's just going to be called The Lost Tales of Adventuring, right?
It's an animated pilot adapting it, and it's full mature, uncensored, no limits. Just because the improv everyone that I'm doing with, just let them go. I didn't want to put the boundaries on anything, so it gets pretty stupid and ridiculous, but if the pilot can come together, I already have a connection through a connection to get it to Hulu. So if I can at least show that, what it's together, because they don't give a shit about a pitch. They don't care. But if I can Kickstarter this pilot and put together the animation, it's an actual opportunity. So if it comes together and I raise some money to make the pilot, there's a shot.
Sweet. Well, we'll put the Kickstarter in our show notes for sure.
Awesome.
And where else on the internet would you like to be found if there are other places?
I'm at Mitch Stockton at everything: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. And then the third brand, thethirdbrand.com.
Got it.
Awesome.
And all that'll be in the show notes.
Well, dude, thanks so much for being on, man.
Oh, thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And fuck this place.
Yes, fuck this place.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks again for listening, everybody. If you want to do a write-in, the number is 470-223-5627. That's 470-223-5627. I got the cool mic back because I don't have an elbow cast anymore. So take that, world. All right, that's it. Bye for now. Fuck this place.